we're kind of carefully selecting our beta testers, not just to be like friends of ours, but also to be like power users, people who like swear by the code of the Whoop or the Oura or the wearable, because they're gonna help us. How do I say it? Get the product to where it needs to be. Like, we create the product, we develop the whole thing, the look, the feel, the features, but we need to see how other people use them so that we can continue to develop and fix what we currently have. Because every time you're working on your own thing, you always think it's the best, right? You need other people's perspective. You don't have to necessarily listen to every single thing they say, because everyone is going to have their own way of doing things.
Yes.
But constructive criticism and points are definitely good. So that's why we're carefully crafting who is kind of beta testing right now, because we want them to be really serious about the product. Because I can just get friends on it, but I want people who kind of swear by the code.
Yeah, exactly. And we got, like, just an example, before the new onboarding process is set up in the next 10 days, it's a little ugly. It doesn't really explain anything. It's just very functional. Yeah. So I said, let's throw on Topa's brother, Samuel Topa.
Is he on?
Yeah, he's on.
Nice.
And the onboarding was a mess because it was a new Whoop integration, but I was texting back and forth with him. I got his number and we got him going. It was ugly, but I knew that we could onboard him because he's Will's brother. There's a connection.
Exactly.
He's going to be willing to mess around. And those people, the next 20, 30 people that we bring on, we're going to know. And I think that's super important for baseline functionality and for all that forgiving stuff. But we're really like probably 6 months away from being able to blast this to like the App Store legit and getting people to use it.
Mm-hmm. I'd say 4 months.
Wow, that's rare. Normally I'm undershooting it.
Yeah, but just in my head, 6 months from today is too long.
No, I agree, but I was being conservative.
Yeah, I would like to have our thing on the App Store for everyone in 3 months. That's what I would like. I'm not saying it's going to happen because there's a lot that's got to go on. And the reason we're raising money is so that we can fast track development and develop at a faster pace. So
exactly
to get you those features. So the more money we get from you, the better, the faster you're going to get the app.
Yeah. Our this round of investment is really to go into.
It's just to get us by until the next big round of investment.
Yeah, it's to gear us up for the big one, the 2 to 10 million. So this one is really to be able to have our developer on full time, full steam, which is going to allow us to do many, many beautiful things.
Yeah, allow us to market, allow us to up the podcast production a little bit.
Yeah, and have and get the product.
Of course.
It's product, get the podcast. Well, we're doing the podcast, and
yeah, it's just to ramp up development, get the podcast going even better, and which I'm segueing into the next topic is this week I'm planning and going to probably be booking 4 or 5 of the conferences or conventions that we're going to be hitting starting in January. I think there's 2 more big ones left for the end of the year, but we're not there yet. We don't need to be at these things.
Yeah.
One of them is in England. It's a little far for me right now. But like starting January, we're going gung-ho. I think there's 2 or 3 shows in LA. There's a big one in Nashville, and there's 1 or 2, one in Germany and one in England. So it's going to be a pretty busy first quarter of the year.
I'm very pumped, and I can't wait to sign people up live. So an idea we have is, let's say we go to Show X in Germany. We're going to have a tribe called Show X, where people can sign up and they'll be able to network with each other and get links to their LinkedIn or whatever, and they can join live at the show. And so that leads me to, just reminds me of onboarding. We can make onboarding like 20 steps, but I want to keep it short so that we can get people on and using it as fast as possible.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? Like, because we can say, step 1, do this, and this does that, and then step 2. You know what, sometimes when you're onboarding and it just never ends?
Well, I don't know what they're called. I don't know these technical terms, but in my head, the way I see it is the onboarding should be you download Pear, you sync your device.
Yeah.
Boom, you're on Pear, you're on the global leaderboard. Nothing else. So that is when you can get people on really quick at a show. That's when you can onboard them. You go to these run clubs or these gyms or these marathons. You can onboard people really quick. then they can do their profiles. Everything else should be.
We should get a picture and location though in that onboarding, a photo, because like the app looks so shitty with no photo.
Okay, yeah, well, whatever it is, but to make it as quick as possible to get people on location, because we're going to be doing a lot of activations, not just at these conventions, but when we are going to California, when we are going to, like in Scottsdale and wherever we are all the time, is where we're going to do those activations in person. So they got to be as quick as possible there. So yeah, maybe a picture and location is easy.
Yeah, totally. But that'll be amazing. And then they'll be able to invite their friends, and it should be like the easiest thing to do ever.
Yeah, so we're going to be working on that this week.
Well, I'm glad that you want to make it shorter than longer.
Yeah, I want it to be...
Like the interests and hobbies and stuff that they can do in the...
Interests, hobbies and stuff, that should be in your profile.
Okay, great.
For sure. That should be when you're building your profile. And you just kind of hound people. Your profile is incomplete. Like my LinkedIn profile has been incomplete for 12 years.
Yeah. If you can manage to log into it, maybe you'd be able to fix it.
Yeah, I lost my old email that was associated to it. But anyway.
All right. Any other topics that you wrote down or anything in mind?
No, we talked about crypto. If crypto's doing good, my vibe's doing good, so that's good. We spoke about conferences, conventions, onboarding.
I love that, and I'm so excited that you already like made a list of such epic shows that are directly in line with what we want to do.
Yeah.
And alignment is everything.
Well, yeah, because you go to these, like I can go to like a business or startup convention type thing or any type of business tech convention, whatever. But if I'm just talking to regular business people, for this particular product, you need to know about this lifestyle, the wellness lifestyle, health, and everything that goes around it with the wearables and stuff. If you're just a regular business person who doesn't live by this, you're going to have a very hard time investing in it.
Yeah, because
and I think I said that on the last podcast.
It's
like when Strava did it, they didn't go to like any investor.
No,
they're going to people specifically within the health and wellness place because you're saving yourself a bunch of meetings where they're just going to say, I'm not interested. And you're going direct to the people who totally understand what you're doing.
Totally.
So that's what we're doing.
And for example, the call I had today, it was kind of a raw dog call from LinkedIn with a broker who sets up meetings and stuff like that. And I had to explain what a wearable was and what sleep tracking is and that people do. And I managed to do it in a couple of minutes. Mm-hmm. But it's a tremendous waste of time.
I think to me, if I have to explain to an investor what a wearable is, I'm not even going to have that call. I think it's not even worth having a call, right? But I'm more of an impatient person than you are.
No, but it just makes more sense. But I had the opportunity to jump on a 20-minute call with someone.
It's
I'm in the phase where I'm talking to everybody.
Yeah.
But obviously the ones that we're really searching for and focusing on are people who are, investors who track, who have invested or posted about health, wellness, or sleep or stuff like that. And it's amazing what you can find.
Yeah. And hey,